everyone, welcome back to the channel. I've got another bonus video for you here today. I wanted to knock this one out too, so this week has just been the week of like bombardment with videos, which I do apologize to you guys about that, but I wanted to get them out. I've been sitting on these videos for a while, so I just wanted to get them out to you and done. Starting next week we'll have videos about Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Saturday. So that was the best way that I could figure to space videos out. So this week was just a learning week, which we'll talk more about in the color and chat. But anyway, so I said in the Yippee Kawaii video that one was going to go up Saturday, but I moved things around clearly, as you already know, and that one has gone up already yesterday, and now we have my coloring supplies video. So that is what you guys are in store for, or what is in store for you guys today, and I'm really excited about this video. So without further ado, I'm gonna try to go through this as quickly as possible, and just knock it out for you guys, and hopefully it won't be too long. I am surrounded by coloring supplies at the moment, so here we go. So the first thing that I have here is just my little coloring channel journal thing. So I write down like video ideas over here. I've got the scavenger hunt, and then just topics that I want to talk about in my color and chat. It's very convoluted, but it is helpful. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this stuff when I'm done with it, and then I have my calendar book, my pocket calendar. It says I can and I will watch me, and this helps keep me motivated for the channel. So in here you can see these last 2 weeks have been full of videos, and I erase a lot, so yeah, so that is what I keep in here. I've got my plan started for next month in July. I keep the hashtags for the month up at the top, and this just helps to keep me organized, helps to stress me out as well, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that more in the color and chat too, but yeah, so this just helps me kind of get my ideas in order. And then I've just got my handy dandy clipboard. It says she is a dreamer, a doer, a thinker. She sees possibility. If you can't tell already, I am a quote lover, so this is what I usually color on when I'm in bed. And now we get into the fun stuff. So this binder is my Lifeline. I've put stickers all over it just because I had them and I didn't know what else to do with them. So this is kind of my coloring lifeline. I keep everything in here. Over here on the left, I have my little file folder. I've got my scrap papers back here. My file folder just contains all of my PDF printouts. See if I can get that more in frame. I know I've got a shadow, but I didn't want to fool around with bringing my light over and all that because it's just coloring supplies, but on the pages obviously you can see the shadow. But yeah, these are just my PDFs that I have printed out from various things. So yeah, that's what's in there. And then we can move on to the coloring, the rest of it. So in my little pouch, I've showed this before, I just keep miscellaneous things. Right now I have my Posca pen, my Sharpie, my fine liner, my eraser, my Tihu electric eraser. Got my glaze jelly roll, which I've really come to like. I've got my white jelly roll. There's a bunch of little eraser parts in there. I've got my brush to brush off all the pencil dust. And I have another black fine liner. So that's what's in there right now. Oh, and my pencil sharpener. That's my Crayola pencil sharpener. So that stuff is always in there. And then if I'm working on a pencil page and I stop in the middle of doing blends and stuff, I just put whatever pencils I'm working with in there so that I don't forget what colors I'm using. In here I also have and there's a glare, I apologize, but this is the coloring checklist challenge from Color and Chat with Sammy. So I just have the challenge pages in here. It just tells you what is on the checklist for this year. And I've been slacking on this. I really should start checking things off. So yeah. And then my wonderful swatches. So I've got my Prisma swatches. That's those. I've got my Polychromos swatches, my Staedtlers, which you guys will see these, Crayola, and then I go into the markers. So this is all of my swatches. And then I just keep, for the Belba family books, I keep the color palette with the ink onyx in here, and I think I have the Kelly Arts as well, yep. And then we have all of my PDF pages that I have saved in sheet protectors. So I know the lighting is a little bit off, but it won't matter so much once we get into the actual supplies. Yeah, and then I've just got random stuff that came out of books, like stickers and stuff. So that is my Lifeline binder. There's a pen stuck in it. And next I have this Grumbacher varnish. I just got this, and I really like it. It says final varnish, but you can work over top of it, which is really cool. So this is just to seal in pages that I use pastels on. And then I have my little flags here. These are reusable. So one is empty because I've got just all of them have been used already for this month. So I got these just because I felt bad throwing out all the flags that I was using. So, and we don't have recycling in our apartment complex, so I can't recycle them either. And I was like, this is such a waste. So I got these reusable ones. So we'll see how long they last. I just got them at Walmart. And then we have my little craft caddy, as I like to call it. I got this at Hobby Lobby. And in here I have a bunch of random stuff. These are tags for diamond painting, baggies for diamond painting. I've got a little piglet cross stitch that I'm probably never gonna do. I don't know if you can see that. You can't. Yeah, but I mean, at least it's in here so that I know where it's at if I feel like digging it out. These are paint brushes. I have Tortillions in here, which I just got because you will see the Oil Pastels. You don't need to see those. You know what a tortillion is. A ruler for some reason. I have diamonds. I really should just move that out of the way. You saw the caddy. I have diamonds from Tmall, if you guys are diamond painters and you know who she is. I have Diamond Dots diamonds. This is just where I keep all of my miscellaneous stuff. Acrylic paint in the side here. Right there. Tape in there. Another paintbrush. So that is just where I keep my miscellaneous craft supplies in there, and also in my poly tin. So don't get too excited. This isn't pencils, but this is just the tin that they came in, and I did put them in a case since, so I just keep extra miscellaneous stuff in here. Gel pen refills, my extra jelly rolls are in here, more paintbrushes, a random pen, eyeshadow things for pastels, more pastels. These are really fun. I got these at Hobby Lobby. I just love the colors, so I picked them up. That was probably a year and a half ago, so I don't remember how much they are. Apparently the Polychromos chart is in there, lives in there. In here I just have fine liners, and these are the Pitt pens, just the black ones, Faber Castell Pitt pens. And then I have watercolor brush pens, and the largest one I have out because I was using that. And apparently I got a Touch New white gel pen too, which I did not know that I had. So I'll have to try that. Must have came in the pencil or marker set. Alrighty. And then the last random thing that I have, if I can get it out of here without too much trouble, is this box. It's just a Vera Bradley box, which you'll see, but my polys are in there right now. There you go. You can see the box. I've got my Fairy Miracles in here and my color chart book, and this I just keep beside my bed for things that I'm currently working on. So like I'm working with my polys on the page in this book, so I just keep the polys in there. So yeah, this is just another random thing, but it like contains everything. So if I am working on more books, I just put them in here, and like I'll just move the supplies off to the side. But yeah, so that's why I kept this box, was just to do that, because I think this was like a rain jacket or something. There's hair in there, that is gross. So yeah, that is what that box is for. So now we'll really dig into the supplies. So the first supply, let me grab it. One of the first adult coloring supplies that I ever got, that I, like, other than what I had, were these puppies, and this case actually as well. And I just put these stickers on yesterday because I couldn't tell which side was which, but these are my Prismacolors. And then on the bottom here, I just have a key ring wrapped through all of them so that I can just do this and open it. It's a little harder to close, but it just opens all of them at the same time. And there they are, the beauties. These are my favorite pencils still. I love the polychromos as well. The polys work better in the Clara Markova books because they're not as soft. So they're easier to control, but the Prismas are still my favorite. It's just effortless to blend them. So yeah, I have my Prismas in here. Keep an extra eraser, extra pencil, not sure why. I don't remember doing that. Tiny little blender that I need an extender for, pencil, pen, and eraser. And then of course my Prismacolor pencils. And then on the pencil route, I have my polys right here, which you caught a glimpse of. And my Arteza pencils are in here as well, but they are watercolor pencils. So this case kind of goes sideways like this. And there are the polys. These are really stuck in there, so I do have some problem getting them out sometimes. As you can tell, these are not nearly as worn. They're all about the same size. I just haven't used them as much, but I do really, really like them. They were a Christmas gift last year, not 2019, 2 years ago now, I guess, 2018. Yeah, I had to think about that for a second. And then over here, starting after this gold pencil, I have my Arteza watercolor pencils, which I am very, very much in love with right now. I really like to just take my watercolor brush, take one out, make the brush wet, and then get the pigment off of here so that it's like watercolor. And then I just use that on the page, and it's a lot easier to blend the colors together. So I am really loving those right now. Some of them, as you can tell, are sharpened because I did color with them and then blended them. But yeah, I'm no like expert at them, but that's just how I have been liking using those right now. I'm gonna run out of space. And next up on the pencil list, we have these guys, which I've talked about these in my first few videos. I'm not the biggest fan of. They are the Staedtler 48s, and I just picked them up at Walmart for like 11 bucks. And they were really, really hard to work with, hard to get pigment out of, but I figured I'd find something to use them with. So I'll still probably use them in my color by number books, but they are not my favorite pencil. They're just very, very hard. So if you have any kind of hand issues and stuff, yeah, they're cheap, but I do not recommend. I would recommend the Crayolas before those. And I'm just gonna throw these in my little box. And then I have my Crayola pencils. So this is the weirdest case that I have. I cannot figure it out. It connects somehow with this little case. So here's the big one. This is all the like first 100 colors or so. I guess 72 and then 48, I don't know. But these are just my Crayolas, nothing really special about them, but I do have them, so I figured I'd show them to you. When you see my month-end pages, you'll see the Hannah Lynn girl that I started on camera, and she is done almost exclusively in Crayola products and mostly Crayola pencils. So I do have those pencils, and then we'll just keep that there for a second. I knew this was gonna backfire. This setup, but it's okay, we got it. And then I have this little tin of Crayola pencils, and these are the Crayola artist pencils. So I will probably, ooh, squeaky. There's a little film on it, So I will probably do a review on these coming up, as well as the gel pens, which you will see in just a second. I really liked them. They blended pretty well. I used them on something. Oh, the Yippee Kawaii book, and I did not like them on that paper. Not sure why. I think it's just a little bit smoother, but it just didn't, and maybe it was just my impatience, but it just didn't blend as well. So they work very well over marker and just by themselves too. They're soft, but they're not as soft as the Prismas. I don't think you can get any softer than the Prismas, but they are softer than the regular Crayola pencils. Sorry for the squeak. So yeah, that is all of the pencil sets that I have. And honestly, right now I am set. I don't need any more pencils at the moment. Of course, if somebody bought me some, I wouldn't object, but at the moment, I'm very content with my pencil set. I feel like if I had more, I wouldn't ever use some of them, so I'm very good with where I'm at right now. Eventually, one day, I'd love to, try like the Derwent Inktense or like some of the other higher end pencils, but that can wait. It's not urgent. I have enough to get me by. So next, just because they're here, I'll go ahead and do the gel pens. I have the Cali Art 32 set, and these are super nice. They flow really, really well. I did have an issue with one of them in one of my books, which I'll talk about in my completed pages. It just got really scratchy, but I think it was either me or the paper, because then when it would flow really well. So I don't know what I was doing wrong. But I do have these, and I really like these. The pastel colors are my favorite colors out of these. And then I have my first set of gel pens since I was like a kid, and that's the 240 Tan Knit gel pens. These work really well. They're just more temperamental. I find myself shaking them a lot and like blowing into them a lot, but they do work very well. So there's the first part. It's attached with Velcro, and then we have some glitter and mixed colors there on the end. And then over here we start our metallics, and then on the back are just the straight colors. So yeah, I'm happy to have these. I really, really love these things, and they've lasted me a year, and I think I've only had to refill one of them. But all the refills that you saw in the Polychromos box, like the metal tin, they were for the Tan Mint gel pens. I don't think the Cali Arts came with refills, so that is one downside there. Alrighty, and now this is going a lot faster than I thought it would. So I know I'm not rushing, but I know my roommate's gonna be home soon, so I don't want, and she's gonna have groceries, so I don't want to impede her with her putting her groceries away. So I have a tiny set of Chameleons. These are the floral tones, but I do really, really enjoy them. They are a lot of fun. I have not mastered them yet, but I do like playing with them every once in a while. Sometimes I kind of forget because they are such a small set, and I know a lot of people don't like them. They think they're gimmicky and yada yada, but when you don't really blend all that much with markers, these are fun to have. I would like to get the full set of these eventually, and the color tops, just to really play with them, but I'd like to master these a little bit better first. But yeah, I do love these Chameleon markers. The only downside is that the brush tip of them kind of frays after a while, but that's probably me. I mean, I've heard that, but you can replace them too. So if you've never seen them before, they have a bullet end and a brush tip end. So, and then this is the blender. Oops, oh, that keeps happening. It's my own fault, I'm grabbing the wrong side. So there's the bullet end. And then if I were to put this blender on top, I don't even have a scrap piece of paper. Yes, I do. So if I put the blender on top, whoops, pull this out, and then go tip to tip for about 1 to 3 seconds, and pull this off. I've never actually done this with the bullet nib. And then, so this is a dark purple color, but you can see it got lighter, and now the purple's starting to come out. My bullet end might be a little dry because I store them the other way. And then there is that full pigment. So, and then you can mix colors as well. So they're a lot of fun to play with. I really like them. I almost put the wrong side on. There we go. And it's a pretty long marker, but that's okay. And then we have the brush nib on this side, which is what I really like to color with, because it's just so, I don't know, I like it. It's a little bit harder to control, but it feels better in my hand. So yeah, so I've got like pinks and purples in here and like a dusty rose. They're really pretty. Love these colors, obviously. That's why I got these colors, because I figured I'd use them more often. And here we are, I don't, but that's okay, I need to. And then next we have these crafts and color markers. I don't know if that's the actual brand name. I actually got these for free last year. Somebody posted on a coloring group that they just wanted people to try them out and review them, so I did. And I do really like them. They're not what I thought they were. They're more so just water-based brush tip markers, but maybe I just had misunderstood. And it did come with a watercolor pen over here, but they are really super nice if you like brush tips. And they are water-based, so they won't bleed through, and you could use them. I know Jamie Fran uses her Tombos, which are kind of like this, just these are cheaper, on her like Hannah Carlson and stuff, because they don't bleed through as a base. So I think I might try that on one of my images. But yeah, there are, well, I don't even know, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25. I might have counted wrong, but about 25 markers. There's quite a variety of colors. There's some good earth tones and some good bright colors. Like that pink is really pretty. But yeah, I need to use these more. I don't know why I don't. The last picture I used them on was my Deborah Muller picture that you saw in that binder that was of the puppy with the mug. I used it in the background. So yeah, I need to get these out and play with these a little more. Maybe we'll do that on camera one day. And I'm gonna fight with that later to get that back in. And then, oh nope, it's not the last of my markers. We are just on the tip of the iceberg of the markers pens. I've got my Conic Pens on here. I kept them in the tin. It just seemed easier to keep them in there rather than try to find a case to put them in, because it's the 72 set. And they are very small. The one complaint that I have about these is that it has the color number right here. This one is A118. I know you can't see that, but I'd rather you look at the whole tin. But there is no color name to be found on these things. So that's kind of frustrating. The only area, and they have plenty of space, that's the thing, because we only have markings on this side. Sorry, trying to find the light here. But you've got this side and that side with nothing on it. So it's not an issue of space, so I'm not sure why the color numbers aren't on there. And maybe they are now, I don't know. I got these in when did I get my Belba book? I got them around the same time, which I think was March. I got them about the same time, so pretty recently. But there are 3 trays in here. I'm not gonna pull them all out. But they are very thin. Oh, it's stuck. So they are very, very thin markers. They are fine liners, but they're like excessively thin. Bring it up. So they work really well for the X method in the Belba books, and I have not really tried them on anything else. That's mostly what I use them for. So that's why some are missing, because I picked those colors out for those books. There's a lot of yellows and oranges and stuff. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say on those. I need to try more things with these too, maybe some of the more detailed color by numbers and stuff. And then on the back, it does give you the color numbers, or color names with the numbers. So I don't know. If you're gonna name them, you should put them on the pen, I think. So that is my one complaint about these. Other than that, they work quite well. And then we have my alcohol markers. Actually, let's start with these. These were the first set that I got, and this was the Touch New 80-piece markers. There are since only about 30, maybe. And then also in here, I keep other water-based markers that I got from Hobby Lobby. They have a brush tip on this side, which is very nice. And then on the other side, I believe this is even smaller. No, I guess it's about the same. A fine on this tip, a fine liner on this side. Wow, a fine tip. So, and it does have the markings on them. If you go back to my very, very first video ever, I'll talk more about these and that. So yeah, they're nice. And then my Touch News, which I still have to, I'll have to check them out again. I have these in a bundle because they were dying, but they weren't quite dead yet. So that's why I bundled those up. And ew, that is disgusting. There's a hair in there. Great. So that's why they're in a bundle. And then these guys were, the ones that are loose were working pretty well, so I didn't bother bundling them up. So yeah, lots of fun markers in that. This is gonna be a heck of a job putting the markers or all of this stuff back in my tubs. And then we have my beloved Collie Arts. So love these guys. You have seen them multiple times. This is the 100 set. They do have a 180 set, and they also have a 50 set of brush tip markers. So one day I will have them all. But these were my first like really good set, even though they are still budget friendly. So I just got these actually for Christmas 2019. And there's a spree marker in there that I mistakenly put in there. So yes, they're great. I really do love these markers. They're so loved that some of them are starting to die, and I'm very sad. But yeah, so I plan to do a marker comparison at the beginning of next month, the first full week of July. A marker comparison between these guys and these wonderful new markers, the Spree 84. And these come in the 84 set, the 42 set, and I think they have a 128 set, and I really, really want those. I'm sure Anne at A Colorful Life will get them first, and then once she gets them, they will be available to us. So let's put this guy back in there, the straggler. And yeah, I really reach for these a lot. I think because they're smaller, and they're just easier to carry when I'm coming out to the living room or something. So I do reach for these a lot lately. And I think just because they're new, I'm just trying to get the feel for them. So yeah, these were $30 when I got them, plus like a 10% off thing, which didn't save too much, but a little bit. And right now I believe they have a 5% off coupon with them. I did not look at that just before I filmed this. It's just from the other day that I looked. So no guarantee that that's what they are now, but these are like the epitome of budget-friendly good markers. So I really hope that their 128 set comes back in stock soon, because I will have them. Because I have full set syndrome, especially with these. I really, really, really love these. These and the Callies are clearly competing. All right. And then we have Crayola Super Tips. So I like these for the color by numbers. What did I just use them on? Oh, I just used them on the Hannah page that you guys will see. And I just used them in a mandala. So they're different because they are water-based. The tip is kind of shaped funny, but they are really, really fun. So there's 100 colors plus the 20 silly cents, which are okay, but there are all the colors on top there, or as close as you can get to that. I did rearrange my markers, and then on the back it tells you what the scents are. So, and it shows you the colors again. And the scents are wild berry, cherry, orange, flower, lemon, pineapple, popcorn, lime, pine, green apple, beach, blueberry, fresh air, fruit punch, cotton candy, watermelon, root beer, ice cream, spice cake, and marshmallow. And they smell very good, most of them. The marshmallow smells like vanilla. Popcorn's kind of weird. Beach and Fresh Air are two of my favorites. Flower I was coloring with the other day and it kind of made me sick. But when you just take like a sniff of it, it's fine, but coloring with it, I was like, ooh, getting a headache. But yeah, they're pretty nice, and it's just extra markers, so why not? But yeah, so 100 set, and I've been using them more often too. And then we get into more kind of miscellaneous things, mostly background and detailing things. So I have, oof, my back is sore. Oh, I guess I can move this out of the way. My Crayola paint markers, which I'm not going to go into too much depth with these. I just posted a video on these guys Wednesday. So go ahead and go back, and I will try to remember to link that above, but no guarantees. So, oof, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so I have the video up on these. They are pearlescent markers, paint markers. There are 10 markers and this really pretty tin. So I really like the Crayola Signature collection. They come in the really nice tins and they're just a lot of fun. So there are, let me put that back in there, the paint markers. Again, more on that in another video that is already posted. Oh, I forgot this. Real quick, this came with the water brush markers that I said I got for free, and it's just watercolor paper. But I thought that was kind of a neat addition. So I do have that. Haven't used it at all because I really don't have a use for it, but we'll see. Maybe I will eventually. And then we have these buggers. These are the gel pens from hell. No, they're really pretty, and I plan to do a video on these as well. I think I just heard maybe my roommate, so we'll see how, I might have to stop the video here in a second. They're all black, so they're quite sleek. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, right, there's two tins. These are the glitter, and then we have metallic underneath. So there are 20 gel pens. They have a nice grip. They are nice. They clearly write very well, but they also smudge everywhere. So when I do a review, I'll show you guys that, but they're really pretty. They're very glittery. I don't know how well you can see that on my finger, but they're very glittery, and the metallic are very shiny. Just lefties beware, and if you put your hand on your page when you color at all, right or left, beware. I would say just use them at the very end, like right before you put fixative on it, and I would suggest putting fixative on it if you use these pens. So yeah, that was fun. Again, I'll go into more detail when I review those, which not sure when that will be, but. And then I picked up these this month. These are the 24 Oil Pastels from Faber Castell. They're very nice. They have a lot of pretty colors. Let's see if I can get this open. And they're great for backgrounds. It's just a learning curve for me trying to use these. I would love if they have a sharpener. So if you guys know if they have like some kind of sharpener or what I can use to make the tips finer, let me know down below. And then I just use tortillas to blend them together. So again, it is a learning curve, but I've done a couple pages and I do really like them. I don't know what else I could ask for in an oil pastel. So they are good, and they were a very good price on Amazon. I want to say they were like $8. And then we have on the back here, techniques, which that's cool. And I know you can blend these with Gamsol too. I'm just not into the odorless mineral spirits kind of thing. So that's not really my go-to. And I probably just put gel pen all over my nose because it was on my finger. Oh well, it's alright. I'm not going anywhere. And then you guys have seen these already. These are my Pebbles Chalks. They're just the classic chalks with regular 30 classic or basic bright shades, it says. So I just use these for backgrounds, and every once in a while I'll put them on someone's skin in a grayscale book that I've used markers in for detailing. But yeah, I love this little tool. And these little cotton ball things, they're really great for spreading the chalk around. Ooh, they kind of stink. They smell like chalk. And And then, oh, this was the artist colored pencils thing. And then finally, I believe, yep, finally we have the Manga Pastels. This is 64 colors. Again, they were very nicely priced on Amazon. They've got this cover, and then they do have a lid and another cover inside so that they don't break, plus this so that they don't smear, I guess. And oh, they really stink like chalk. Lots and lots of colors here. So if I don't have a color in my Pebbles Chalk or my Oil Pastels, I can use these guys. I have not used them yet. I do want to though. They're just a little more work because you have to, well, personally I scrape them off onto a separate sheet or a plate, paper plate, and then dip into them with my cotton ball or finger or whatever. So yeah, but they're really pretty. I'm loving these like berry colors up here, and then there's neons down here, which are fun. I want to do a video where I try to like watercolor with things that you don't normally watercolor with, and we'll see how it goes, but I would love to put like water on these. It might be a really bad idea, but I'm gonna try it anyway, because again, these were super, well, I shouldn't say super cheap because I don't remember exactly how much they were, but they were not expensive on Amazon, so picked these guys up, and they are very, very pretty. And I believe that is all, friends. If I could get everything in the video, I would, but we're just going to end on this note. So thank you guys so much for watching. You saw my coloring book video collection, or oh my goodness, my coloring book collection video, and now you see all of the supplies that I have to color. My favorite thing to do is just use everything, like use marker base and then pencil on top and pastel in the background. That's my favorite thing. It seems to make pictures go so much faster and they look so vibrant. So, but it really just depends on what I'm in the mood for. So anyway, thank you guys again so much for watching. Next week is going to be more calm with the videos, I promise. I know, again, I threw them all at you, but thank you so much for watching, friends. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you do, hit that bell so that you know whenever I put up a video. Again, I'm going to try to make a more consistent schedule of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. But you never know. Anything could happen. We'll see. But that's the plan for now. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and dealing with my stream of consciousness. Love you guys, and I can't wait to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.